Hello, this is Gagan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss about Salesforce AgentForce and this is tutorial number 5. If you have not watched my other videos then you can just go to this playlist. Playlist name is AgentForce. If I go back, so this is the playlist and you can just get to know that how you can set up the AgentForce environment. So in this video, I'm going to discuss how we can create an Apex class to get the response for the agent that they will be basically sending to the customer. And let's discuss the use case now. So this is my environment where I have created one custom field called application, and inside this application I have created few custom fields. This use case is about like if there's any company who's providing the electricity supply to a sort of consumer in a city, and if if basically a customer is saying that hey, my current load is 10 kilowatt and I want to increase to the 15 kilowatt, can you please tell me the cost of the installation, I mean the cost of the installation of the new meter as per the load, and what will be my new charges per unit. Okay, so that's why the connection load is like 17. This user has a 17 kilowatt connection load, and the cost he's paying is as per $0.10 per unit. Okay, so this is like a use case where this application is already using one connection, and application name applicant name is Gagananand. Okay, you can just consider this as an applicant name. Okay, and this is my agent force, and now I'm gonna say that to this chatbot, hey, I wanted to increase my electricity load. So I'm saying to the agent force, I wanted to increase the electricity load. Okay. So now agent force is saying that, hey, could you please provide how many kilowatts you want to increase? So as of now, I'm using 17. I will say, let's say I want to increase 20. Okay. So agent force is basically calling the Apex class in the background and just giving me the response. So all of this response is coming from the agent action. Okay, this response are coming from the agent actions, and this agent, to get this response we are using Apex class. Okay, so you can see I said I wanted to increase my load from 17 to 20, and now the agent force is calling the Apex class in the background and saying that if you want to increase your load to 20 kilowatt, then installation charge is $2,000 and your electricity cost will be 0.18. As of now, this user is paying only 0.10. Okay, now I'm going to say that, okay, can you submit the application? So I have done some configuration. I will discuss that later. So now he's saying that, okay, yeah, he can basically increase, he can proceed with the updating my electricity load, but he's asking for the applicant name. I'm saying that my applicant name is Gagananand. So in the background, okay, so again there's another Apex class which is running and it's updating the data. So your application has been successfully submitted. That means now I provided, like I wanted to increase my load from 10 to 12, 20, and the agent force has given me the estimation. This will be your installation cost and this will be your electricity cost per unit. And after that, I said that, okay, can you please submit the application? So agent force has updated my application now. So this is the application. If I will just refresh this, the load should be 20. So see, the connection load is 20 and unit cost has also been increased from 0.17 to 0.18, right? So this was done through Apex class agent action, and how we have configured this, I'm going to discuss this now. So now you can see when I basically asked the question, I wanted to increase my electricity load. So in that case, this topic was getting fired, and inside this topic we have two actions: load and update application, right? They are like two actions are there. So yeah, so basically if you wanted to create a particular you know agent, then in that case you have to go to setup. Okay, first of all you have to basically do some configuration. What configuration you have to do? You have to go to the agent force, you have to go to agent action, and then you have to enable this. You have to enable this agent force, and you have to also go to the Einstein builder. um, so you have to go to the Einstein setup, and then here as well you have to basically make this switch on. So this all the things I have discussed in my previous video. If you have not gone through to those videos, so please go there and just try to complete the configuration and set up your environment. And here you can see, if you wanted to create a new agent, you can click new agent and you can provide the information that this is the name of the agent, right? So I actually created this agent for service agent, and after providing all this information to them, so it will basically ask you what is the name, whether it's a case management agent or it's like account management. I wanted to create this as a case management one, so I'm clicking add. It's already been added. I'm clicking next. So you have to provide the role, company name, what is the purpose of this agent, and it will create you an agent. So I already created this agent, and you can see this agent for service agent. If I'm clicking, there is a version. So you can create multiple version, but you can only be able to activate one version at a time, because you could have 10 version, but only one version can be activated. I'm clicking version 1, and so here in this version, version 1, there's only one topic. Okay, so topic is something like you created a topic for to basically achieve some requirement, some sort of particular requirement. One agent can have number of topics. Okay, so I wanted to create this topic only to handle the electricity connection and loading this thing. So that's why I created one topic. If I click this topic, okay, I provided the name of the topic, electricity connection load increase. I provided the description, and then you have to provide the scope, like what will be the scope of this topic, like what particular things you want to achieve. So I mentioned that this topic is to basically ask the user to provide load electricity. So basically, if a user have a uh, query, like he wants to increase the load electricity, then the purpose of this to basically ask them how many loads you want to increase, and then we have to provide the result back from actions to the user. So actions are nothing but the apex class. I will discuss you further. And then I have also provided the instruction. There's only one instruction. So I have mentioned that when user provided the load, example 10 or anything else, then we are basically firing first action. So this is like a simple instruction. I'm saying that when initially we will ask a user, okay, you have to provide the load. Once they have provided the load, we are basically firing the action. So these are two actions here in this agent force topic. So this is my topic, and inside this we have two agents action. Okay, so let me tell you what agents action do. So agents actions are nothing but they basically provide the output based on input. Okay, so I have two action now. One is cost action. This action is providing the estimation installation cost of the new load and the cost of new unit of your electricity after you will increase your load. Okay, there are two things. One is installation cost, second thing is the cost of the unit after you increase the load. So this is like a get method. Okay, if I click this action, let me open this side by side. This is one action, and if I go to this one, this is the second action. So so one is action. First action is cost action. So basically, when I'm saying that, can you increase the load, right? When I'm saying can you increase the load, it's asking me, right? Okay, what is the amount of additional load you wanted to increase. So in that case, my basically topic is asking these questions. My topic is, because I already given the instruction to my topic. Here I have given the instruction to the topic, right? Here I have mentioned that, uh, yeah, in the scope I mentioned that when this topic is to ask users to provide the load electricity. So basically that's why the system is asking, okay, you have to provide the load amount. So these instructions I have given here on the topic. And when I'm providing 10, I'm not providing yet. So basically this is my action one, and this action is what it is doing. It is basically passing whatever the number I am providing. It will pass this number to this action as an input. Can you see, this is the input, required input. So whatever the number I'm passing, this action is getting fired. Okay, we have two action under this topic. If you go here, there are two action. So action one is getting fired, and this action is basically taking the input, whatever the agent is providing the input. I'm clicking, I'm passing 10. So this 10 is going to this action, and this action is nothing but it's the apex class, and this is going as an input, and the apex class is getting fired and providing me this output. Okay, so this output is nothing but what is this output? So one is uh, this number one is what is that, installation cost, and second one is per unit electricity. So here when I provided 10, this action was fired, apex class run in the background, and apex class has returned this to output, and this to output is coming back on this chat, right? So this is, so it's providing me this two output. This is the additional loads, and this is the electricity cost. So you can see installation cost and electricity cost. Okay, now I'm going to the class. If you go click here, you will be able to navigate to the apex class. Okay, so in order to basically add the action, what you have to do, you have to initially you have to first of all deactivate this. Okay, I am deactivating this, and then you have to click new. Once you will click new, you have to click create new action, and then you have to choose what type of action you can create. Since this tutorial is for firing the apex class on the agent action, I'm choosing this apex one. And then from the drop down, you have to choose invocable method, because we have created the apex class with invocable method. So this is an invocable method, can you see? So whenever you have to use an apex class in your agent action, you always have to denote your you always have to declare your method with invocable method. So that's why I have put this invocable at the rate invocable. Okay, and in the reference section, when you choose invocable method, whatever the invocable method you have created, you will be able to see those classes under the drop down list. So this is how I have added two actions. All right, and this is the class that I built. uh, I will show you here. I already opened the developer console, so this is the developer console. Okay, so what this class is doing, yeah, so what this class is doing, this class is taking the input. So the input is nothing but the load. We are providing the load, right? We basically given that the load is 10, right? When we mention that load is 10, so that 10 is coming here. This that 10 is coming here in this invocable method. This invocable method is coming to this request, and we are taking this load request. Okay, this is the load that they wanted to increase, and we are passing this load to this two method, and these two methods are doing some calculation and and returning back the result, and the result is nothing but installation cost and per unit electricity. So what we are doing, let's suppose I'm passing, okay, I want to increase the load 10. So 10 multiplied by 100 is providing this is your installation cost, and per unit cost is based on, like, if it is less than 10, then it's 0.12. If it is less than or equal to 50, then it's 0.18, as it will be 0.08. So this is like we are just doing some random calculations, hard coded, and then we are returning the installation cost, whatever we have calculated here, back to the action, back to this action. Okay, and here I click this, like whatever the result I'm getting from the apex class, that should come in the conversation. So that's why when I'm saying that, hi, I want to increase load to 15, it's basically giving me the estimation, right? This estimation is nothing but it's like 15 multiplied by 100. So here we are doing the calculation here, 15 multiplied by 100, and since 15 is um, you know if I go back, yeah, since 15 is less than or equal to 50, so we are returning 0.18. Okay, I think this is different. I think this should be greater than, anyway, but it's coming 0.18. So this method is giving the response back to the action, and action is passing back to the agent force, and that's why we are able to see the data here. Okay, now the second thing is that this is just we are fetching the data, right? Now second things, when I'm saying, okay, please update this. Then what is happening? We are doing the DML operation. We are doing the update operation. Now it's asking me the application name. I'm saying okay, Gagan. Okay. So what we are doing, based on the applicant name, we are making a query on the application. We are fetching those application data, and then we are updating this data, 15 kilowatt and this $1,500. Okay, we are updating this information, not $1,500. We are updating cost per unit and load, and we are how we are updating that. For that, we have another action. The action name is update application. If I so yeah, this update application I already opened here in the developer console, and here it's like a similar the same things. If you just click this application and click this edit details, you will be able to see that, yeah, you will be able to see that, yeah, we are basically passing some inputs, and other class is returning us some output, and in the middle we are doing some customization. Okay, so we are passing the same thing. We're passing the application name, because definitely in order to update this application, we have to fetch the application type of application I want to update, or the application that belongs to that customer. So for that, we are basically passing the application name, this application name, and then we are passing the new connection load. So this is the new connection load, right? 15 kilowatts. So this we are passing to this apex action, this agent action, and also we are passing the new unit cost. So this unit cost is again this one. So which basically we receive from first action. First action is nothing but is again the apex action, right? And this has returned us this value, the new load, and the cost of the unit after increasing the load. So so yes, so what we are doing, we are passing application name, we are passing new connection load, and we are passing unit cost. Okay, we're passing this input to this class is linked. If I go to this class is nothing but here. So what we are doing, we are basically created one wrapper class, and through this wrapper class, we are basically getting the value of the input, and whatever the value we're getting. So basically, initially we are first of all fetching the application based on the application name which user has provided, and this application name is basically uh, getting all the information: application ID, existing application current load, and existing application unit cost. And then we are running the for loop. Okay, and then we are updating the application with this new connection load and new unit cost. Okay, if the update is true, if the update is true, then we are passing that the update was successful. If the update is failing, which that means it's going to the catch operations, then we are saying that okay, update is false. So this is how I have configured. I'm again repeating you. So basically, we have created, in order to achieve this requirement, to basically provide the information about the new cost of the load, new cost of installation, and new cost of the electricity per unit. We are we have created one action which is nothing but it's just like the simple kind of hard coded class, where we have basically doing some calculation, passing the data of the unit electricity cost and the installation cost. And we have created second action when we have to update the application with the new load and the new cost per unit. Okay, so in order to create the agent action, and in order to basically fire the apex class, you have to declare your method with the invocable method, and you have to basically pass set of input in the list, and you will be getting the response in form of list only. So you have to always use this wrapper class. I will give the reference of this wrapper class in the git link. You will be able to see this. One um, another thing is that you have to provide the access of these classes to the user who is running this agent force. So basically, if I go to the settings, So this is a user, right? AgentForce user. So you have to provide the permission of this class to this agent users. So what I have done, I have created one new permission sets. So if I go to the permission set, this is, and here in the permission set, I have created something called AgentForce agent apex section. And here, if I go to apex class access, I have added the permission of these two classes: electricity load increase, update application by owner name. And this permission set I have to assign to this user. You have to click the setting, and then you have to basically just search this user. So I can search that. You can search this user by going to the search bar and search this. So yeah, so this is a user, and I have assigned this permission sets. So yeah, so whenever you're creating any apex related apex link agent action, then you have to provide the permission of those classes to the agent who is running that particular chatbot. So that's it about this video. If you have any query, you can basically let me know. I will try to help you out. Thank you.